you feeling? Welcome to Series 2, Episode 1 of Coaching from Not a Blue Tree with me, Gary Burns. This episode is all about coaching and the other options out there. I find that if I ask people what alternatives there are to coaching, recurring answers include mentoring, training, counselling, and then more specialised interventions from psychiatrists, psychologists, psychotherapists, and so on. And I think it's important when deciding who is best placed to support you when you identify that life could be going better, to understand how each speciality is different and how they can potentially complement each other. So, you realise that all is not right with your world. You may have an idea of what's causing your dissatisfaction, and it's equally possible that you do not. It's possible that there is a significant event or multiple events from your past that are holding you back, even if you're not sure how. You might have attempted to help yourself. There are, after all, thousands of self-help books out there, and the internet is an endless source of advice and ideas, some of which are good, and others which are, to say the least, dubious. And nothing seems to work. You therefore reach the conclusion that you may need to look for assistance from someone qualified. The challenge therefore begins. Now, you may get some assistance through funded services. The NHS, for example, may step in if you ask for help. There are a multitude of organisations out there that offer support. You may belong to a specific group or demographic that offers you support simply because you're part of that group. And, of course, you have the option of paying for services. Although I do recognise that not everyone can afford to pay, and privately funded support can be very expensive. Whatever your situation, the reality is that you will be investing your time and energy and possibly your money. You'll be trusting someone with your inner thoughts and challenges. You'll be looking for a way forward which works for you. This is an important consideration. I've yet to find a reputable therapeutic model which simply doesn't work. Yet not every approach works for everyone. We're all different. We each bring a unique set of circumstances and experience. We all experience the world differently. And we all have different red flags, different lines in the sand, different things that we're okay with, and different things that we're not. In light of this, you then need to work out exactly what you want to achieve. You also need to think about the possibility that there is a gap, sometimes an impossible gap, between what you want and what you can actually do. Additionally, you may work out what you think is the right route for you, only for the professional you end up seeing telling you something different. Some things you can plan for. You can understand the different models and work out what you believe you want to achieve. You can accept that those you seek help from may take a different view. You can understand that it may take time to find the right route. And crucially, you can acknowledge that making changes may happen quickly and it may not. I know that not everyone will agree with my next observation, but here goes. I've met many people who've been through a lot of therapy and a lot of different therapeutic models with limited success. I believe that even if your preferred route is to resolve the past, there comes a time when you may have to accept that the past is the past and there is no feasible resolution. At that point, no matter how hard it is to accept, I believe that you either stay stuck or you seek approaches that allow you to park the past, live in the present with success, whatever that means for you, and move into a future which is better than the past that you're moving away from. There. I said it. And I know that not everyone agrees. My point, though, is that you need to work out what you want as you embark on your change process. Be prepared to see what works for you. Be prepared that it may take time. Persevere, because you know that you can do it. And you know that you deserve better. The way I think about this is that I see three routes forward. The first involves looking to the past with a desire to understand and resolve what's happened. The second involves understanding the present and what you want in the future and seeking support and direction to get there. The third is the coaching route, which again involves understanding the present and what you want in the future, and then working out for yourself how to get there. Exploring and understanding the past is what many would understand as therapy. Significant events from the past are impacting your present, and you spend time analysing those events, looking at causes, effects, and possible resolution. It's kind of looking to unpack all that happened and then repacking it in a way which makes it manageable for you. And I've worked with people who felt that it was really important to them to tell their story, to have someone actually hear what they're saying. I've worked with people who've wanted to understand what happened. Equally, I've worked with people who wanted to resolve what happened, find closure, tie up loose ends. This is the therapy route. Looking at the present and working out what you want in the future and then getting support to get there involves things like mentoring, training, and consultancy. Although personally, I see consultancy as something you might bring in for a business venture rather than for personal goals and aspirations. The reality is, in this situation, you're looking to learn from and be directed by the expertise and knowledge of others. A mentor may provide this. Similarly, you may approach someone who specialises in things like cognitive behavioural therapy, CBT, or eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR. You're taught specific techniques or undergo set processes with the aim of addressing the past and resolving the barriers. Alternatively, you may look to training, learning new skills and techniques which allow you to move forward. The coaching approach also looks at the present and works out what you want in the future. However, coaching sees you as the expert in you. You set the goals. You make the plans. You establish what you see as barriers to your success, and you devise ways to overcome those barriers. You are in the driving seat. The coach is not there to advise. The coach is not the expert with all the answers. The coach is there to challenge you and how you think. The coach questions, probes, and seeks understanding. In doing this, they want you to find the answers and understand yourself better. Because the more you understand about yourself, the more you know what you can achieve. Now, no approach sits in isolation. Many therapeutic models set tasking and challenges. You still need to take action. With training, mentoring, and consultancy, you can be given information and advice with new steps to take and new knowledge to shape what you do. You still need to take action. The same is true with coaching. You may identify barriers which require you to attend training or bring in expertise for specific tasks. Crucially, you still need to take action. You can set amazing goals and establish brilliant plans. Because of the work you've done with your coach, you may see what you decide as completely achievable, as exciting and compelling. You still need to take action, and some of that action may require the input and support from others. Within all of this, you need to work out what you believe will work for you. Belief is an essential part of this. I've met people on trainings, in the coaching work I do, in life, who talk about their problems, all that's wrong in their lives, who then tell me that nothing works. If your starting point is that nothing works, I'm willing to go out on a limb and confirm that nothing will work for you. The truth is that if you want your story to change, you have to change your story. I can't tell you which route is going to be the most effective for you. We're all different and we're all in different places in life. I do know that nothing changes if you do nothing, and if you decide that coaching may be the way forward for you, it may help if I tell you something about how the coaching approach works. It is, after all, what I do. The coaching approach is firstly about understanding what you want to achieve. What are your plans and goals? What's your new model of the world like? What's changing and what's working now? You may already have a clear idea of where you want to be, in which case it's about understanding that and what it means for you. If you don't have a clear idea, as a coach, I have a number of tools which allow you to work out what's working well for you and what can be working better. What's important to you, your values, and what drives those values. Are you driven by what you don't want, or are you driven by what you do? It's all about getting to a point where you make plans and set goals which create an exciting and compelling future. And this is the key. It's all about now and the future. The past is gone and cannot be changed. Some of your barriers to success may be the result of the past. The coaching approach takes the view that you do not need to dwell on that past. Simply learn from it and move forward. Which, of course, I know is easier said than done at times. This, though, is very much what attracted me to coaching. While our past informs us, it's something that we cannot change. No matter how good or bad the past has been, it's done and gone. All we can change is our present and our future, and I like that notion. Here I am. This is now, and I make it what I want. I move into the future, which I create in a way which works for me. I like that idea of being in charge and in control. I'm also realistic enough to realise that it may take time. There may be obstacles to overcome, and we sometimes end up with something which is different from what we set out to get. It's also worth remembering that approaches overlap. It's possible, when considering those barriers, that your route to overcoming them is through some therapy or some training or some mentoring. And that's okay. The difference is that with the support of a coach, you get to fully explore what you want to achieve and what those different routes may give to you. It also assists you in working out what conversations you may have when you start to contact people and make inquiries. Within this is one of the fundamental parts of the coaching relationship. This is all about defining your plans, setting your goals in such a way that it is absolutely clear what you want to achieve. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. And you do so in a way which makes the future exciting and compelling. Critically, you are in charge at all times. The decisions are yours. A good coach gives no direction. A good coach simply wants you to get the best outcomes for you. You are in the driving seat. You call the shots. It's all down to you and the action that you take. So where are you in all of this? Moving forward with plans in place? In which case, carry on doing what you're doing. I'm very much of the view that if it ain't broke, don't mend it. On the other hand, if you're feeling stuck and not sure how to move forward, now is the time to think about how you want to proceed. Maybe you want to tell and understand your story. This may also involve understanding and resolving the past in a way which works for you. There may be more going on. The crucial point here is that the therapy route is for you if you want to answer or at least explore all that's happened in the past. You may be seeking guidance. It's all about having that sense that you want someone to not actually take over, but at least point you in a specific direction. Mentoring and training may therefore provide the answers you seek and the route into a better future. Alternatively, you may want to put yourself firmly in the driving seat, make your plans, take action and move to where you want to be. Coaching is therefore for you if you want to understand the present, establish what's working and what could be working better, and then define your exciting and compelling future. The past is gone. You move forward into a new model of the world. This may be you now. There may be other routes you want to explore first. That's okay. And just imagine what you achieve as you focus on your present and work towards the future that you want for you and those around you. As I've said before, your story only changes if you change your story. And this only happens if you take action. Now is the time to take the first step. And you know that it makes sense, don't you?